Good evening and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is July 13th, 2023. It is a Thursday. We're waiting for folks to slide on into the show. We started the intro not at the top of the hour like usual, but 5 minutes before the hour. The messages went out on Facebook and on YouTube to let folks know that the show has started. so the regulars missed the whole new intro, and now they're here at the main screen with some changes on it. And here we go. Hey, Laurel, welcome to the show. I know we've got more than Laurel viewing right now. You'll notice some slight changes to the show. I think you missed the intro. So we have a 5-minute countdown leading up to the show and then the show itself. How is my volume out there tonight? It should be good. And you should just be able to hear the AC in the background again. Tonight's coffee is chocolate-covered strawberries from Dunkin' Donuts brand. And no, it is not. The show is not sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts. Okay, Laurel says the volume is good and you don't hear the AC. Yeah, you might be able to hear pops every once in a while. That's the condenser working. I listened to Tuesday's show on my cell phone the next day and couldn't hear the AC in the background. If I am on my laptop with headphones on or on the studio system with either the studio monitors on or the earbuds, I can hear the AC slightly. So I think it's fine. It's enough to keep me not sweating my rear off. Like I said, you're probably going to notice some changes. We've got a slightly new theme going on here. Same thing, just upgraded. I can turn my camera off just like you saw the last time, except this time it's fancy. So we've got a different camera off system than the last show. Like I said, I am constantly tweaking and massaging the show into a better and more enjoyable experience for everyone. I'm going to start out tonight. We've got 3 bullet points. And the first bullet point I'm going to start out with is I am going to play a trailer. And if folks haven't seen this trailer yet, get ready. It's for The Sound of Freedom. And then I've got some comments to be made after that, so let's get on with this.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom.
Felt good.
You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home. So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
South of that river is all rebel territory. No one goes in.
What if this was your daughter?
So, she's gone.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
Of course, I have to cough just when that's done. By all accounts, I haven't seen the movie. By all accounts, it's a fantastic movie. I know the premise of the movie, and the premise of the movie is spot on. And this is not something that has been just brought to light. Those in the know have known this type of stuff is happening. It's happening in Asia. It's happening in South America. It's happening in Russia. It's happening in now in many places in Europe. It's happening in places in the U.S. It's happening in Africa. Some places worse than others, and how those being trafficked are treated worse in some places than others. But the reality is this is not a made-up story. I am sure that they took some liberty with it, but it was based on a true event, in a true situation. But the left is showing exactly what a bunch of sons of bitches they are about everything. And there are major movie review sources that have refused to even see this movie or review it. And left-leaning rags have been doing nothing but an outright smear campaign on the movie and all those in it. Oh, it's a QAnon movie, and lead actor is QAnon and everything like that. It's like, look, don't care. Let's say the movie is completely fictitious. Does that make it a bad movie? Does it make it not a good movie? Does it make it a movie that we shouldn't go see? But see, to the left it does. They'd rather push the cuties and say, oh, how that was being misrepresented when it wasn't. And they want to turn around and totally misrepresent this movie. For folks that cannot afford tickets and want to see that movie, you can go to their website. The address was at the end of the trailer. And people have donated money so that those who want to see it can see it. And make no mistake, this movie will end up making it to the other streaming services and be available online. But like I said, this shows the exact, the true disgusting nature of the left. That they want to totally shit on this movie and act as if it's just conspiracies. It's not conspiracies. Hey, welcome to the show, Judy. Judy says, oh, I love the flag. Well, thank you. After the show's done, you might want to watch it from the beginning. I've got a 5-minute intro with a countdown clock. It's the same thing, but it's a countdown clock, and it's got a graphic that's playing with it. So I got some goodies that are that have been incorporated into it to try to make the show a little bit more enjoyable for folks. My camera off is different. I'll show that to you again. Here's my camera off. And the camera's back on again. And the static area, which is not static anymore, where the internet stuff goes. And I decided to go this route so I can now pop up the internet in there like this, just in case if I have to go to places that I don't need people seeing, such as the back end of my account or something like that. You don't need to see that, so I can just put this standard screen on and do what I need to do, and then pop up the information that I need. So yeah, that was my first bullet point, was the hit job on Sound of Freedom. Second bullet point for tonight is the cocaine investigation at the White House. For those not in the know, the Secret Service and the FBI have officially closed the investigation. They just can't figure out whose it was. They know where it was. They know the exact number of people. There's supposedly 500 people total that have access to that area. But the White House and all aspects of it is the most highly monitored and secure building in the United States, if not in the world. And they can't figure out who brought this white powder in and put it in the cubby. It's like, yeah, they know. This whole thing is a complete slap in the face. It's laughable, and everybody's like, no shit. I'd rather that they arrested the person who brought the cocaine in, be it Hunter Biden or whoever, and then have Joe Biden pardon them. I'd rather they do that than to try to lie to the world and say, we just can't figure it out. We can't figure out who brought this cocaine into the White House. It's pretty insulting. No, they know. Do what you need to do, and then pardon him if you have to pardon him. Bullshit move, but this whole idea that you don't know, you can't figure out who brought it in, stop it. Right, and the fingerprints belong to no one. Yeah, and of course they supposedly ran DNA tests on the bag and everything. And they can't figure it out. It's like, oh, come on. Come on. All they needed to do is watch the video cameras. That's all they need to do. That's it. Everything is monitored. Everything. But here we are. My third bullet point for the evening is yet another Democrat decided that they're going to leave the Democrat Party and become a Republican. And they're doing it because it's the right thing to do. And this was a female Republican, and it's at a state level. And she was tired of she's a Democrat, and she was for school choice and some other stuff like that, which are not Democrat platforms. And they were harassing her. The Democrats were giving her a hard time. So she didn't like how she was being treated. So now this black politician, a black woman, now she figures out, oh, the Democrats really don't care about black people and they abuse black people. It's like, really? Now you figure that out. Now you figure it out. But you're going to become a Republican. Why? Because the Republicans care about 2, maybe 3 issues that you care about. It used to be that both Democrats and Republicans cared about the vast majority of the same issues. It was only a few things that they differed on. Now they think they've got to disagree on everything. So if you don't agree on everything, you're automatically the opposite party. It's like, no, that's not the way it works. She's not a freaking Republican. Stop allowing these Democrats to switch their jerseys and join a different team because it treats them nicer. And their own party is overrun with asshats. No, you stay in your own freaking party. You fix your party. And again, Republicans, stop allowing these people to move into your party. You think you're getting a vote. Yeah, yeah. Right. Her views didn't change. She didn't suddenly become a Republican. She's still a Democrat. Oh, we got the cameras back on for the Zoom folks. The cameras should not be working. Let's see here. Yeah, we're not supposed to have any cameras running. Okay, let's I'm trying to figure out let's see here. Oh, Donna's thing just went black. That might have been where it was supposed to be. Because those who join us in the Zoom room, their cameras are not supposed to be on.
I had mine turned off.
Well, it turned it on. For some reason.
No, I got a script saying to turn it on, and when I did, that's when. Let me turn it off and see what happens.
See, now it came back on.
Okay.
It's working in reverse. It said ask to start video. See, and as soon as the camera's not supposed to be on.
I put tape on mine. I fixed that bullshit.
Let's see here. Ask to start video. There you go.
See, it says the host has asked you to start your video.
Okay, and that's what I just did. I just sent that to you. But it shouldn't have done that.
Well, that's what I thought, but I did. And
oh, okay. Okay. So right here. So that's not that's your avatar that you're using there.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was your video camera, and I'm looking at like you're sitting on the couch, and it's like, yeah, her lips aren't moving. So I thought it was your camera going. Okay. No. So no, that's fine then. That's fine. I thought it was your camera running.
No, huh?
Good. Then we were fine. We were fine. Now, where was I?
I went to see that movie Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, how was it?
It was good. I have followed our OUR. They have been in existence since, like, I don't know, 2013. I've kind of followed their content because, like, when Stolen and Taken and all those other movies came out, Disney has had this movie. It was ready to
right. It was it was ready to go. It was written
back in 2018.
Yep.
But they wouldn't release it.
Right.
And they went to Amazon and they wouldn't do it, and Netflix wouldn't do it, and that's why they went this route.
Right. And now the left is just saying that they're trying to make it. Oh, it's QAnon. It's like, look, this has been this has been in the chamber. It's been ready to be released. You know, it's not something new. QAnon's a new phenomenon. I don't care about the guys, the lead actor's politics. I like some of his work. Some of his work is not so good. This particular movie, from the clips that I have seen, I don't think that there's a lot of what I would consider stellar acting in it. There's
it's not. If you've have you ever watched Taken?
Yeah, with Liam Neeson.
Right.
Right. Yeah, and he's got like 2 or 3 of them now.
Yeah. There's a handful people in this project that are.
Yeah, it's and again, this was not this was up and running, ready to go before QAnon was even a thing.
Oh yeah,
and the left
yeah.
the left them not even wanting to review the movie. It's like I had said earlier, even if the movie was complete hogwash, review the movie, review it for what it is. I mean, everybody, they all reviewed Wakanda Forever and all these other movies. Just review it as a regular movie. Hey Peggy, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Yeah, they'll run like Cuties or something like that. I never did see it, but I.
Yeah, and they'll claim that that it's a misrepresentation about what was in Cuties. It's like, no, it's not. When you got a bunch of prepubescent girls dressed in virtually nothing and twerking and crap on stage, it is what it is.
Yep.
But they won't touch this one. But it's driving people to the movie anyway. So I say, we see the left and we see what they're about, and the movie is already hit number one. In its first weekend, it blew all the other movies out. It blew the latest Indiana Jones movie, and the Indiana Jones movie had twice as many theaters.
Oh yeah.
And yet the Sound of Freedom.
There was only like 26,000 theaters or something like that. 26,000 that this was released in.
Right. Sold out, did better. The other one had twice as many theaters.
Well, it had originally, I think it was opened here the 4th.
Yes.
And I didn't go until like last Tuesday. And it was still half the theater.
Yeah.
Was.
And they want people to go. If you can't afford it, you can contact the website. It's at the end of the trailer. I believe all the trailers have it. And they'll pay for your tickets. Peggy says everyone is more concerned with Dylan moving to Peru. Yeah, that guy. He didn't feel safe, so he had to go to Peru. Yeah, bullshit.
Oh, he went to Peru.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
No, just
Good.
more attention. He wants more attention.
Oh.
I'd say screw him, but he'd enjoy that.
Well. Yeah, I've been following this Coke thing. That freaking Coke has moved around the White House about 5 different places.
Oh yeah, but it's stopped now. They've stopped the investigation.
Oh yeah, they put it in the workers' zone over there.
It's
by
we
the
can't
sitcom.
we can't figure out who it is. So yeah.
Oh God, no, huh? They know, for Christ's sake.
For folks new to the show, you can join the Zoom room. The information is in the show description. And the Zoom room number is 978-806-0672, which happens to be the studio line as well. If you would like to call the studio line on your phone, it is 1-978-806-0672. But again, Zoom is a whole lot easier. We've had people use both in the past. It's not a problem. For those who would like to help support all of my content, there are ways in the description of the show as well, with links to how to donate, how to send me stuff, how to participate on Facebook, where most of my content goes. I have just under a week left in the timeout box, where I am heavily restricted. Virtually nobody is getting my content now. I went from 6 million people a day to virtually nothing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they did a job on me. Folks that subscribe to my content and want it in their feed, it isn't showing up in their feed either. So, fuck you very much, Facebook.
Yeah.
Again, tonight's coffee is chocolate-covered strawberries from Dunkin' Donuts brand.
I gotta try that. I'm not into fruit in my coffee, but that sounds pretty good.
It is awesome. Laurel says they've been throttling a lot of conservative sites. Yeah, they have. But to
Oh,
say
well,
that
yeah.
they're throttling me is an understatement. They slammed
watched-
the brakes on my content.
I watched that Rye hearing, that C-SPAN hearing with Director Rye.
Mm-hmm.
And I always watch these because you always pick up something. And it was interesting because you learned about what's called parallel construction, and that they paid 14 million to this Zero Fox. It replaced Data Miner,
Mm-hmm.
and where they buy information.
Yep.
And then you learn about that COINTELPRO, that hack and leak operation. It was interesting,
Yeah.
but it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
It
you're new
didn't
to
go into-
you're new to this, aren't you? So it's been around forever. Yeah, this is
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Most of that stuff I pick up off of these hearings.
Yeah, they're just starting to talk about it now, but yeah, we've discussed that before on my page, and it's and now the federal government is going to have the brakes pumped on them as well. The judge put the stop contact order on the federal government and many agencies contacting social media platforms concerning censorship,
You think
except
that's
for
going
a
to stop
few.
them?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, because I think with this like Zero Fox,
Mm.
where they can pay for it, they're not actively doing it, but they can pay for the data for some.
You do realize that's a totally different issue than what I just said, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't talk. I said that a federal judge has ordered.
Yeah, I know they did.
Right.
I watched that too.
This has nothing to do with data mining. It has to do with contacting the social media companies in a coercive measure
Right.
to
they
censor.
won't be able to do that.
Right. That's what the
But they
order's
can get
about.
around that
How can they get around it?
by hiring outsiders to do it for them.
Then it wouldn't be them contacting.
Right.
The federal judge has ordered the White House and various agencies from stop contacting social media platforms in regards to censorship of members, unless it deals with specific things, and those are very limited. So that's what I was talking about. Data mining and stuff like that. Lord, the government has been paying for information and data since probably before Ma Bell was broken up. And they just do that. My major concern with data mining isn't so much the data mining as whether or not they can link that back to individual users. And unfortunately, they can, but they're not supposed to.
Right.
Yeah, Laurel says they think you have me in a chokehold. They do at the moment. They do right now. I'm telling you, I went from 6 million views a day to virtually nothing. I went from, for about 3 days, I was getting 1,000 new followers a day, and now it's been almost a month, and I've got just over 70 followers in that time period. That's less than it was before my spike in viewership. I look at the content that I put out. There's virtually no views on it. There's virtually no comments on it. And that's not because it's crappy content. It's because people aren't seeing it. I could generally tell several times in the day. Usually it was about, I'd say about 10 to 11 o'clock Eastern time. And then anywhere between 3 and 6 Eastern time that I got the most activity on my Facebook page, and there hasn't been anything.
Yeah, that's usually where I go, as I go directly to your page because it doesn't show up in my feed.
Right. And most people aren't doing that.
Right.
If they don't see something, they don't go to my page. I say, go to my page. Every single day, go to my page because you're missing something. Now, Mr. Gus and Sally may or may not make it into the show tonight. They went back up to camp, and they're getting ready. They're all excited because I think it's next week their new campers showing up. But, yeah, they went back up. They don't know how the cell phone connection is going to be. So they may or not make it to the show. If you don't, hey, we're thinking about you guys. Now, our favorite beaner hasn't been to the show in a while. Connie and Elliot out of Wyoming. Laurel says they're speaking the truth, and they don't like it. You make people think, and God forbid, help them think about question the narrative. Yeah, well, I don't dispute that at all. I usually try to take a different spin than even most of the other conservative folks out there because they get very myopic in their views. And it's like, no, that's not the whole picture. It's like the whole switching teams crap. It's like, oh, yay, hey, we got another one. We just converted another Democrat into a Republican. You didn't do any such thing. Didn't do any such thing. Their views on abortion, their views on voting, their views on welfare, their views on everything else is exactly the same. They've just now you just handed them over your own jersey and you've watered down your own political pool to deal with. That's all you did. We got an African wildlife reserve full of rhinos is what we have. You're not changing anything. I pointed out online. It's like, good example of this is Wyoming. Oh, Republican state, and they've got, more Republicans than Democrats. And it's like, yeah, look at the freaking voting records. And anybody in Wyoming will tell you those ain't Republicans.
Right. That's like Wisconsin. Wisconsin used to be conservative, relatively conservative.
Yeah, you can't trust a lapel pin anymore.
Nope.
So what else we got going on? Hey, Laurel and Judy, how's the voices out there? How is Donna's versus mine? Is she coming in hot? We about even? What's the volume level? Because I can't tell until after the show, because they all sound the same to me. About even? Okay. Fantastic. I thought that was about the case. I got it pretty well sorted out the last time. And Judy likes my flag. She likes my flag. Get a little bit of waving action going on there. Peggy says it's a bad time of year to get throttled. Here in the Midwest, teachers, tractors, combines, etc. are running until dark. I hear you clearly. Okay, thank you. No, every time of year is a bad time to get throttled. Oh, my goodness. Judy says, I love it. I didn't even say hi. No, that's okay. Hey, that's okay. You showed up to the show. Showed up to the party. We need to get more of them out there, but it's hard because I'm fighting two things. Number one, switching the show to a new platform, and then losing the reach. So a lot of the people that came to the show, they may not even be getting any of my content hitting their feeds now, let alone my going, hey, come on over to YouTube. Let me see what else we've got going on here. The shipping information for the new paddle coming in says next Tuesday. We'll see.
Good Lord, where's it coming from?
California. It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, it
even
shouldn't.
if they sent it like UPS ground or something like that, it should not take 5 days. So
No.
we'll see.
Huh.
I'll just keep tracking it. See how it goes. Judy says, I meant to go to your page today, but I've been super busy all day. I will, though. Oh, that's okay. Just before you go to bed or whenever, go there and just hit those posts. Now more than ever, sharing, liking, commenting means more than it did back a month ago. Because I've been slammed. Absolutely slammed. But I got my front steps fixed up. Got them all scraped down and repainted so they look all nice and everything.
How's your girls doing?
The girls are very, very happy. A little hot today. Another hot, humid day.
Yeah.
They usually hang out in back of the run.
Yeah, it was
But,
over 90 here.
Yep. But right now, I'm sure they're up front again. So in the morning till about probably at least 10 or 11 before it gets too hot. They're just up and around having fun. They found a beetle. Big beetle was in their run last night. And
Have you thought about, can you put a pan of water that's, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches deep? You think they'll get in it, or?
yeah,
You know,
I'm sure
like
they
tub
can.
of some kind?
Yeah, and like you take a bowl and you put cold water in it and mix their feed in it so it's a mush, and then you throw in some frozen blueberries and they go at it. Yeah.
No, I meant like for a water bath.
A water
something
bath? No, they
big
don't.
enough.
The chickens don't generally lay
They
in the
won't
water.
do that?
They don't generally do that, no.
Oh, okay.
Not
Didn't
ducks.
know.
Ducks are ducks, they'll get in any water that you have, but chickens
Well, I
generally
just-
don't. No,
I
they'll
just know birds normally do that, regular birds.
yeah, they not to my knowledge do they generally jump in the water. They'll spread their wings out, they'll lay on the ground and they'll spread their wings out. Yeah, they like dirt baths, but that doesn't help them in the heat. So they do them, and then we have a kitty litter box with special dirt bath stuff in it. So it has the I call it diabetes earth. It's not. It's diatomaceous earth or whatever the heck they call that stuff. Diatomaceous.
The tetra. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
what you're
I
talking
always screw up the name. The missus,
Yeah.
she gets it. So, but yeah, and it's food grade, so they can
Right.
eat it, and it's not going to bother them. And it has a bunch of other stuff. We have you call it chicken potpourri that we put in it as well, and we throw that in their tent along with the wood chips that are in it. So diatomaceous
it's
earth.
weird.
What they call that stuff? Let's see here. Diatomaceous.
Diet.
Diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous earth. There you go. Let's go on Amazon. I'll show you here. See, there it is right there. It's this stuff. That stuff for organic gardening. You can do that. You can put it all on your lawn too. It's a good way to get rid of biting insects and ants and ticks and fleas and stuff like that.
I think that's also, like those people that have roach problems.
Yeah, they have a roach on the bag right there. Let's see here. Boink. There you go. See, you got a big roach on there. She got a cockroach and an ant and a it looks like a Japanese beetle but yeah, it's for
okay.
all sorts of stuff. What?
Diatomaceous.
Yeah, diabetes earth.
Yeah, diabetes earth.
Diabetes earth. That's what.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, as long as folks know what I'm talking about, like I said, as long as the missus knows what I'm talking about, I'm good. When I say diabetes earth, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. Yep. Diabetes earth. Hey, I screw up people's names and
I do
towns' names. I'm going to be able to say that damn.
Yeah, and you got a bunch of towns that are like Indian names.
Oh yeah, well I don't. Those honestly, when I see those, I don't butcher them so bad. I butchered.
Oh, really?
I butchered Florida a couple months ago, and they were just normal town names. It's like, holy crap, I couldn't say any of them.
Yeah, that was funny.
Well, that was that. Now I go to my big mug, my Orca. Got my Orca. Yeah. My Orca mug. What was it? Best darn. Let's see if they sell them on Amazon. Orca. Orca cooler mug here. Let's see here. Yeah, they got a bunch of Orcas. Oh, see, this isn't too bad. Is that a 27 ounce? Yeah, it looks about.
I gotta leave for a second.
Okie dokie.
My dog wants her vitamin.
Orca Chaser, hot or cold tumbler, 27 ounce stainless steel, $27. While not the most expensive mugs out there, it's more expensive as well. The Yeti, their version is $35. So, but yeah, this is a good investment right here. And again, once again, I am not sponsored by Orca. Now they could. What I need a coffee sponsorship. I need New England brand, Dunkin' Donuts. What was the other one? It's got a guy's name. I forget. I don't know. I can't think of it, but it's the other one that I usually drink. And I drink a lot of coffee.
All right. I don't need a clock. My dog, I tell you, she knows exactly what time it is.
It's 8:44.
She's been standing there looking at me for 15 minutes. She knows at 7 o'clock she gets her vitamin.
Her vitamin. I get my vitamin. Whiskey vitamin.
There you go.
A few times a week. Not as often as I'd like, but. Hey! Y'all want to see the startup screen?
Yeah.
I can show the startup screen again. When I go live. And there's my startup screen. I get a 5 minute countdown. And I hope that everybody has enough time to migrate over and get going. So I started that today, 5 till. And then I started the show right at 8 o'clock. But see, most everybody comes anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes after the hour. So me starting up and starting the show right at 8 people still aren't in. But that was my
You
startup
want to
screen.
go outside, baby? You want to go out? Well, that was a delay. That just came on for me.
What did?
Your flag.
No, I just turned it back on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was on the startup screen and I just switched it back over. For you, it should be darn near instantaneous. I'm going to go to the internet page. 3, 2, 1, now. And it's back there. Should have been damn near instantaneous for anybody that's in Zoom. Oh, but there might be a delay if you're watching it on there, so. Now I'll go back to my main screen. Laurel says you usually have 2 minutes before you start talking. Tonight, supposedly, surprised the hell out of me. Right. Because here's the reason why. Because I normally start the show at 8 o'clock. And then I run music for between 2 and 3 minutes. And then I jump into the show. That's why that's why it seemed like, oh, he started talking right at 8 o'clock. Right. Well, that's because I did the lead in at 5 minutes to 8, giving a full. The theme song looped let's find out. Just over 1.5 times. So it's 5 minutes. The theme song is like just over 3 minutes. It's three and change. So it looped 1.5, just over 1.5 times. So yeah, I started. Now if I need to start at 8 o'clock and then start talking 5 minutes after, I'll do that too. That's not a problem. But I thought I'd get a jump on it so that the show started right at 8. It's technically live at 7:55, but then 5 minutes of lead-in time. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I mean, I don't mind starting at 8, but yeah, Laurel says I'm good with the early lead-in time. Yeah, because that means at like 8 o'clock, I'm going live. You'll get notified 5 minutes early. You should have gotten a notification from YouTube. And that gives you time. You got 5 minutes to get your things ready and jump online. And,
I'm sitting here looking at these Orca mugs, and they don't have an insulated one that's got a handle?
I don't know. I know they've got this one.
Okay, there it is.
I'm sure they
it.
do. They've got all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I found one.
See, mine doesn't, because the ones without handles work best in a car.
Well, yeah.
So like me and the missus, we can both use ours between the seats because there's no handle to get in the way. You just set them in there.
I just don't like to wrap my hands around those great big fat round mugs.
Well, get what works for you.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. This works great for me because it's not hot. It's not hot.
Right.
But it keeps things hot. And like I said, it's great for the drives because we put our coffee in it, set it in between the seat, and it stays warm the whole time. It's good. All righty. What other topics we got going on? go through the feeds here.
Anybody been out on the water?
No, we just had too much rain. And then today I didn't get out. Today was my down day. I did work on the show in the morning, and then I parted around for the rest of the day. The other day I did outdoor work. It was hot as hell. The day before that it was raining all day. So hopefully I'll be able to get out. Rapinoe, Megan Rapinoe. This is her last year playing soccer. I'm glad that dude's retiring. Damn. Hot. Hotza. I tell you how it keeps the coffee hot. Wow. Hot Lips. That's Hot Lips. Hot Lips Houlihan. Yeah, me and the missus were talking about the nicknames the other day. You got Gus is Butt Cake.
Butt cake.
Butt Cake, and Jeff was Ass Man. Jeff hasn't been back.
Oh, yeah. Got his feelings hurt.
Yeah, I upset him.
Well,
It's unfortunate, but
shit happens.
yeah. I wish him well. I know that he had started a new job, so hopefully he's getting plenty of rest.
Yeah.
But, wow.
Can I ask what brand that coffee is that you...
Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, it is Dunkin'.
Yep,
Okay.
Dunkin' Donuts. I'll bet you can get that on Amazon, too.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yeah. You can buy them all on... let's see here. It's all the Dunkin' Donuts ones. But let's see how much it is. This was what? Chocolate covered strawberry. Look at that. There it is. $21 for an 11-ounce pack. Look at that. Yummy, yummy. And I tell you, it tastes just like chocolate-covered strawberries. It's hit or miss a lot of times with different brands. Like, oh, and it's going to taste like this. And it's like, yeah, sort of, not really. This is spot on. And I'm usually a medium roast guy. And this is a dark roast. Still good. It's not bitter. It's good. Good stuff. So, yes, you can get that on Amazon.com. I wonder if you can get New England brand coffee on there. Get up there. No, come on. You're supposed to do that. There you go. Yeah, look at that. Yes, you can get it. Caramel macchiato. That's what I had the other night. There you go. Look at that. $9.95 for 11 ounces. Medium roast. Caramel macchiato. Yeah, that's what I should do, is each night when I have it, I should pull up Amazon and bring it up for y'all. Yeah, that's good coffee. What else we got here? There's Colombian Espresso. Judy says we'll have to try that. Caramel macchiato? Yeah, it's very good. Hazelnut cream. Oh, yes.
Turtle
yes,
Love.
please. Turtle Love? That was from Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. Yeah, see, I'm a coffee guy. Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite. It's it keys off of turtles. You know, the candies, the chocolate
The
and
candy.
the caramel.
Chocolate.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Hazelnut cream. There we go. That's pretty good.
Ah, there you go.
They have we get pistachio cream as well. That's good. Blueberry cobbler. Yes, please. Yes, please. That is a staple in my house. Judy says all of them. That's right. Well, I'm showing you where to get them. You don't even have to go anywhere. They deliver them to you. Deliver them to you. Yeah, hazelnut cream. That's really good. Donut shop blend. That's okay. It's a standard coffee. It's fine. I usually go for when I was working the roads. They call it the pussy coffee. So I had the flavored coffees, but they never turned down a cup if I offered it to them. Peppermint bark. I haven't tried that because peppermint. It's either going to be good or horrible in a coffee.
Cinnamon coffee roll. I like that. That might work.
French vanilla. Yeah, it's a staple. French vanilla. Everybody's got to have French vanilla.
Everybody's got that.
Yeah.
Pecan pie.
Oh, yummy. Caramel apple. But that's in the K-Cups. I don't do K-Cups. You don't need to do K-Cups. I'm telling people, you don't need to do K-Cups. You need to get yourself a coffee maker that has the separate little... It looks like a K-Cup, but it's on the side. And you pull it out and you fill the coffee in just like it was in a K-Cup. And you put it in, you slide it in, and you do that. The problem with the K-Cups and stuff like that is they get all gunked up in the works. And they're a pain in the ass to clean. So, butter pecan. Oh, yes, please. Yummy. Look at that. Butter pecan. Had that the other night, too. You see a trend here. Medium roast. I'm a medium roast kind of guy. I don't need to cut my coffee. Pour it in and cut it off. No, I'm good. Medium is fine. Medium is fine. I do not measure my manhood by how stiff my coffee is. That's like I said with beer too. When the whole Bud Light thing comes up and everybody's doing the beer flex, it's like, give me a break, stop it.
No.
If you're flexing with beer, look, you want to see my whiskey collection? I got over 50 bottles up on the wall. Most of them are at least 100 proof. Shut up. You know, I don't chest puff with beer. Yeah, caramel macchiato, $9.95. Oh yeah, all this coffee. I like coffee. Coffee is good, and it doesn't prevent me from sleeping.
It doesn't me either.
Yeah, so I don't have any problem going to bed. Yeah, well, I'm not a big tea drinker.
Yeah, but tea will.
Yeah.
Tea will keep me up. I think it's got more caffeine in it than coffee does. I know Coke does.
It depends.
I don't drink Coke.
Coke. Oh, you been to the White House?
No. Yeah.
There
Coke
it is.
with
You heard it
legs.
from Donna. You heard it from
the
Donna.
Coke with legs.
Coke will keep you up more than tea.
Oh yeah,
will.
right. Mm-hmm.
And about 5 minutes after the show, you go. This is the ATF. Oh no, the ATF isn't it? The EA.
DEA.
DEA,
Yeah.
not ATF. But this
Yeah, I'll be
is the
knocking on my door.
alphabet soup. Laurel says if I have any caffeine after 1 p.m., I'll be up all night. Yeah, see me, it doesn't. Caffeine regulates my headaches, so.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. It
doesn't keep me
I
up.
could drink coffee a half hour before I go to bed, and it
Yeah.
didn't bother me.
Yeah, Peggy says just ask Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah, right. No, nothing's going to come to this. So.
Yeah, it's crazy. No, you all see me. I drink my big Orca during the show, and then a cup to lead in. So that's at least 3 cups, and then close down the show, and then I'd head off to bed. Of course, I watch TV for a little bit, but it's not because of the coffee. It's that doesn't matter what time I go to bed, unless I'm sick. I can't just jump into bed and just go to sleep. Judy says you crack me up. Stop it. Crack. We don't do crack on the Whiskey Cowboy show.
Yeah, Laurel says her husband could drink a cup of coffee before
Right.
going to bed.
Going
That's
right to
like
bed,
me.
yeah.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't.
Doesn't affect me a bit.
Of course, I'm retired, so I can take a nap if I have to during the day.
Yeah, naps are fine. I get in a nap every once in a while. What I don't like is, number one, my legs start to swell up and my feet swell up. Like if I take a nap in the recliner, my legs will swell up and the feet will swell up.
Well, I
And
think
then
I've
I'll
always
wake up
done
and I'm either going to be in a decent mood or I'm a freaking bear. I
Yeah.
take a nap
I
in
used-
the afternoon.
Even when I was working, like at noon or something to take off, I could go to sleep, and I don't know what it was. I don't know how it woke me up, but I could sleep, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 minutes, and I'd wake up.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with that. But like I said, if I prop my legs up in the recliner, I don't know what it is. My legs will just swell up and my feet will swell up. That's not fun. I know I'm a swell guy and all, but that's ridiculous. Did you catch that, Judy? I said I'm a swell guy.
Say slow or
No,
small?
swell. Swell.
Oh, swell.
I'm a swell guy. My legs swell up and my feet swell up when I fall asleep in the recliner. I'm a swell guy. No, not slow. Slowpoke Rodriguez. That's that's Speedy's cousin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Speedy Gonzalez and Slowpoke Rodriguez.
Oh, that was his last name. I couldn't
Rodriguez,
think of
yeah,
that.
Slowpoke
Yeah,
Rodriguez.
Okay. Yeah.
And then they
think of his
then
last
they
name.
had
I knew it was Mexican, but
yeah, and who was the dog? Different cartoon, same era though. He talk like this. He droopy. What's the dog's name? Droopy. He just like really slow.
yes.
We'll find
look
out
it up
here.
now.
Here he is. Droopy dog. Droopy. There he is right there. Images for the dog. A droopy dog is. Let's see what he says. Droopy. I guess they just call him Droopy. Let's see here. See Droopy. There he is. It's Droopy. Yeah, that's what they're calling him, is Droopy. Then they had the that dorky Droopy Laurel says.
Muttley. Remember Muttley?
Who's Muttley?
Muttley.
Oh, Muttley.
Oh God, don't you remember Muttley?
Oh, he laughs all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, he's got like the World War
the
II,
weird-ass laugh.
their World War I fighter helmet thingy on.
No, that was Snoopy.
No, him. No, look at him. He's got it on his head right there. See, he's got it, and then see?
I've still got the flag up.
Muttley. Listen to songs from Muttley. He's got, he's got the aviator goggles, and he's got the scarf around his neck. Some of them he doesn't. See, this one he doesn't. And this one he
I've
does.
still got your flag up.
But who's the vulture? Remember wasn't he a vulture? He went after that's not him. Who did he go after? Did he go after Bugs Bunny?
All right, hang on.
Oh, no. Yeah, see, there is. No. Don't fiddly, don't fiddly. Yeah, see, there's the little vulture guy. Beaky Buzzard is what they call him. Beaky
there
Buzzard.
you go.
Oh, no. Yeah, see, there he is with Bugs Bunny. His mother was mean
That's
to
Muttley.
him.
That's Muttley.
What's Muttley?
That dog. That's Muttley.
Right, it's back here. Let's go back. There's one. There's another one. Don't go back here. There's Muttley right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Muttley. Okay.
Yeah, see, he's got a aviator, like a World War I aviator thing, hat with the goggles and the scarf. Not all of his pictures, but a bunch of them. There's another one. He's got all scarfed in there.
Remember Mr. Peabody?
Yeah, Mr. Peabody. Yep.
He was with some. He was the smart one. He had
See, here it is right there. Sherman.
Sherman. Yeah, Peabody and Sherman. Sherman
they are.
and Peabody. Yeah.
Peabody and Sherman. Yeah, see, this is where it started, right? And here's the books. Yeah, in TV series, 1959.
Oh yeah.
That's the actual, but it was the cartoon. This
That
one
was
that they're
the
showing.
buzzard, yeah.
Yeah, when they're showing it right now, this is the newer version because these
Yeah, it
almost
was.
look 3D.
Because
They
Bugs
look
Bunny didn't look like that when he started out.
no. You must be really lagged because we're already in Sherman and Peabody. We're like way up here. Yeah, there's quite a bit of a lag. But yeah, we've already moved on to Mr. Peabody and Sherman. The original TV series, 1959. But that was standard drawing cartoons. And then the pictures that I showed of Sherman and Mr. Peabody were, they look 3D animated. So they must have did a remake for the newer
Yeah.
generations.
It must have been like that about the time. Remember Goliath, Davy and Goliath? Goliath the dog?
No. Goliath the dog. Let's see here.
Davy and Goliath.
Davy and Goliath TV series. Yeah, it doesn't. Nope, never watched that.
Oh, really?
Here it is right
well,
here.
it was a Christian thing. So.
It is Lutheran, Prince of Peace Lutheran Church. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those. Was he a Great Dane?
No, he was a shaggy thing.
Well, it doesn't look too shaggy here.
Oh, you talking about Peabody?
No, I'm talking about Davy and Goliath.
Oh,
I got
no,
pictures
Goliath,
up. He
it was,
doesn't. He doesn't look shaggy. What does he look like? I don't know what kind of dog he was. Not that shaggy. And I had Red the giant dog.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody knows Red. What type of dog was he? What type of dog was Goliath the dog?
Oh, okay.
Let's see here.
I don't know what he was.
I don't know. He almost looks like a Great Dane, but like Marmaduke-ish.
Yeah, he does.
But
doesn't he?
he's not that tall. So I don't know. I mean, he's bigger than a normal dog, but let's go to all. Let's go to all because that's gonna Goliath dog. No, get out of here. Goliath type. Tibetan Mastiff. No, we're talking about. Oh, okay. The unofficial Davy and Goliath homepage. Let's find out here. Hey, you know Pomeranians, those small dogs? Pomeranian is actually was a group of people in the south of Europe, in the middle, in the kind of the Mediterranean area, the Pomeranians. Okay, let's see what type of dog he is. This is their page here. And it was stop motion animation, of course. That's fine. No, tell me what kind of dog it is.
Not a clue.
Not a clue. It's not. Come on. Tell me what kind of dog it is.
Oh, it looks like a hound almost.
Yeah, it's you'd figure if this was their unofficial official page on it, they'd tell you what kind of dog he is. They're not saying they're not saying what kind of dog it is. How dare them? Let's go back.
I don't think they. Giant Tibetan Mastiff.
Oh yeah, you're doing a search, and that's Goliath dog. They're pretty big, but Peggy says my grandparents raised Poms, cute but temperamental. Yeah,
Pekingese were too.
as
They were
you know, let me see here. Let's see if I can.
I thought Poms were. Yeah.
I had a fox face Pomeranian before Hudson. My last dog was Gracie. She is a fox face Pomeranian. Let's see if I got a picture of her here. No. Where's it here? Oh, I got pictures of Hudson, but yeah, Gracie, she was quite the character. So here I am, over 6 feet tall, with little dog. Looked like a little fluff ball going for walks. Boy, she had an attitude. They tend to be one people dog too. There's quite a few breeds like that, and of course she picked me. She used to lay on the feet part of my recliner when I went back. I put the chair back, and I'd have my feet, and of course they go over the end of the recliner, and she'd lay on the last part where your feet normally go, and mine went over it. She'd lay right there by my legs, up on the. Let me see if I can find that. I know I've got a picture.
How's everybody's gardens doing?
I didn't get a garden this year, but we had some foxgloves
Oh, those
planted
are
out front for the hummingbirds, and boy, they do fine until you get over 90, and we've had several days over 90, and like, well, they were none too happy, so we've got some wilting foxgloves. Okay, I'll put this. I will post this up. I'll delete it afterwards. Everybody like, what the hell is going on here? Here we go. There's Gracie. On my front porch. And if this picture was taken today, the far right of the porch, you could now see the chicken run just past it. It's right there.
I've still got your flag up.
Yeah, there's a lag. There must be a bigger lag for you, because Judy just said, as she wrote,
Yeah,
so cute. So she doesn't have much of a lag. I don't know
She's
it might
closer.
Well, it's probably depending upon where each of you are pulling Facebook from. Not your location, but there's a hub. You're pulling from hubs. But
well, I'm not. Okay, I'm on YouTube, so that might be what it is.
Well, yeah, but Judy's watching on YouTube.
Well, that's where I am.
Right. And shortly after I put the picture up, she said, "So cute." So her lag isn't as big as your lag.
Right.
Yeah, she's on YouTube. She's not watching on Facebook. Yeah, that's right. YouTube, not Facebook. Sorry about that.
There.
No, I'm not.
It just popped up for me.
Okay, so now Gracie's on your screen. Wow, you're getting a big lag. Judy doesn't get that lag, so I don't know. That's kind of weird.
Well, I usually don't either. It usually doesn't lag that much.
Yeah. And Gracie, like I said, she's a fox-faced Pomeranian, as opposed to a baby face. Peggy says that she has no lag either. Yeah, so watch this. I'm going to do a countdown for the girls there. So Judy, Peggy, and who else is there? Laurel. I'm going to do a countdown and switch to the other one. And you tell me how much of a lag there is. Okay, so we go 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. So we switch back and then back. Yeah, Peggy says none. Laurel says flag. I don't know. Oh, yeah. I switched back to the main screen and then back. So we've got from no lag to big lag.
It still hasn't switched.
Yeah.
I've really got a lag tonight for some strange
See,
reason.
Peggy and Judy have no lag. Laurel, it seems like she's got a slight lag, and then Donna, she's like
way out there.
Pokey out there.
Yeah.
Trying to pull it from the Mars signal.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna.
But that's good. As long as most people don't have a lag, that's fine. But yeah, that's Gracie. She was the last one I had to have put down, and
Yeah, she looks kind of old.
yeah, she's not too bad there.
No,
She's not
them
too
little
bad.
dogs, they live a lot longer than the big ones. My red bone, she's 14 now.
Yeah, Hudson's getting on in age. He's, you'd have to ask the missus. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you, Judy. Said she is beautiful. She is. And wow, quite a character. Quite a character. I've got a picture somewhere. I'll see if I can find it. Where my feet. It's a picture of my lower legs up, and then there's the Gracie's laying there, and I believe there is the pellet stove burning in the wintertime. So I think you see all the three of the things. But yeah, she got doggy Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
And she started, going into corners, just staring at walls and not knowing where she was, and then starting to lose control of her bodily functions, and then she started having seizures, and then one day she had a seizure and she just didn't come out of it. So
I had
to take her in.
Cocker that she got arthritis really bad, and the vet started about every 6 months giving her steroid shots. She lost her mind over that. She didn't know her name after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Peggy
right.
says, I've lost 30 plus pets over my lifetime, and it was a bullet to the heart every time. Yeah. Yeah, I've lost a lot of pets, and it's one thing when they just die, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. When they die hard, not as in Bruce Willis, but when like I said, I've had to put pets down. Not fun, not something I like to do. No. I've had to bring, this time I brought her in and had her put down, but I was there with her. Not fun. Easier than doing it myself, but not an enjoyable experience.
That's good that you were there with her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think the funniest pet I ever had was a ferret.
Ferret? Yeah, my son had a ferret.
Oh, God, they're hilarious.
Yeah. You got to keep them occupied, or you're going to have problems on your hands.
Oh, God. And a litter box in every damn corner. Yeah. If I'd bring a sack of potatoes in, and if I laid them down on the floor, she'd take each one of them, I don't know, as big as she was, and she'd sink her teeth into them and back her ass all the way around. That's the way most of them die, is from botulism.
They're a swift kick in the head.
Yeah. Well, she got a tumor. I was working for a vet at that time.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah, and she'd get this tumor, and so I took her to him, and he drained it one time. God, I've got video of her. She's so funny. But finally had to put her to sleep because of that tumor.
What's the matter?
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor at all.
Yeah.
What's the matter?
Arnold
I have a headache.
It might be a tumor.
Yeah, kindergarten cop.
Oh, God, that was funny.
It's not a tumor.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper. Different movie. Yeah, I love Arnold movies. Boy, he was quite the bastard, I tell you. How he rose to fame and things that he did. He was not a he was not a good competitor. He was not a nice guy. But yeah, I love his movies.
Yeah.
And then he became the governor of California.
Yeah.
You know California?
Yeah, with K.
California. He can't. Let's see if we can get him saying it. It's hard to type. My damn wire runs. Let's see if I can put it underneath my keyboard. There we go. I'm trying to type, and my the line for my earbud is over my keyboard, so I'm fighting it. Now it's underneath the keyboard. There we go. Arnold saying California.
California. California is California. California. The state of California. 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 California is California. California. The state of California.
The state of California. Freaking Arnold.
That's what I call California.
California, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yep. California. Let off some steam, Beckett. That was what, Commando? I think it was Commando. Near the end of Commando, he runs a pipe through the bad guy through his body into a steam pipe, and the steam comes through his body. It's like, yeah, wouldn't really work that way, but it's good for the movies. Oh, Arnold, boy, he's definitely a legend. He's a classic. Just under my height. Okay, let's get back here. Let's see what else we got going on here. Oh. Judy says, my sister finally left California last month. I said, welcome back to America. Yeah, no kidding.
There you go.
Beautiful state. Excuse me, but it's a good reason why our nation isn't a democracy. And it shows exactly how insane large populations can ruin an entire state legislatively.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I remember when Northern California wanted to secede from California.
Yep. It's not the only. I think Oregon has a section that wants to as well.
Oh, yeah.
Washington State, again, you get into not city. Washington State, and it's not upstate New York's the same way, totally different than the major population areas. I think that each state should have an electoral college system, much like the nation as a whole has. Hollywood whack jobs. It just came. I didn't see it scrolling, but Robert Downey Jr., great actor, love his movies, very talented man. Not that bright, a very talented actor, and he was in an interview and he said that the world should be matriarchal because men start all the wars, and it's like, dude. You know absolutely nothing about history then. There was plenty of queens out there, and there was plenty of women that started wars. Wars aren't started or not started because there's a king or a queen or a male or a female in charge. It's all politics. It doesn't matter. It's not the way it works. I had posted up. I made a post about that. I posted up about every couple of years. I posted up about that somebody's saying that women should be in charge because there's like, you've never worked in an office full of women then, have you? You've never been around a group of women, have you? If you think that they're all level-headed and they don't, it's like, look, the amount of bickering, fighting, backstabbing that happens amongst female groups, us guys, we don't have that. We really don't. That's a female thing. Why? Because the domain of physical violence is a man's domain. Women play psychological games and they ruin people's lives. Now do that and put the women as the head of a country. And then they have physical at their disposal. So it's like, yeah, don't tell me that the world would be such a much better place because women are in charge. No, you need a level-headed person in charge, not male, not female. Level-headed. Just oh my goodness. Robert. Silly. Judy says, did you see Tucker's episode number 9? It was pretty good. No, I haven't. I don't watch Tucker. Contrary to popular belief, I don't sit around and watch all the other pundits out there. I catch some of their stuff, but I don't. And I just haven't had the time. I've been busy working on other stuff. Who was on it? Who was on episode 9? Let's see, who was on episode 9? Episode 9. Okay, politics, power in the Supreme Court. Who's got their volume on? You got your volume on, Donna?
No, I got it turned up. What I did was, now that might be a lag on your end or something, because about 5 minutes ago, I opened a different browser. Instead of Firefox, I opened Edge just to see if there was the same lag, and for about a second there before I turned the volume off, it was on for a couple of seconds, but that was it.
Okay, when I just asked who's got their volume on, it was because I had heard my own voice right after I said it, so it was instant.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it was very like I said something. It was like that much of a lag.
I don't know.
No, how long is this shows, Judy? How long is it our Tucker shows? Oh, that's the Andrew Tate interview? Episode 9, Tate interview. Tate's such a shitbird. Oh, my God. He's out there trying to tell young men how to be an alpha male. Shut up. He's a slime ball of the highest caliber right there. Andrew Tate. Judy says she heard it too. This one was long. The episode 9, episode 9 was the Tate interview, right? I had heard some other folks talking about it and said that the interview wasn't bad, but it was pretty softball. He didn't really hit him with hard questions. Yeah, Judy says yes. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Andrew Tate. Now, some of the things that he is being accused of doing, I'm not so sure he did. Some of the things that he is accused of doing, he's admitted that he did. His own podcast that he's put out there, he's bragged about some of the stuff that he's being charged with now. So it's going to come to bite him in the ass. He's a guy that he thinks he's a little too smart, and he thinks he's a little too macho to be affected by anything, and he's going to find out otherwise. But yeah, he says a lot of true things when it comes to a lot of the modern dynamics between men and women. His prescription and what you do about it, though, is completely wrong.
Isn't he British?
Andrew Tate is, he's British and something. Who was it? Okay, British American social media personality, right? But they say British American, but his family's from someplace else, Britain, and where the heck? Yeah, he was born at Walter Reed Army Medical Center.
Oh, he was born here. Okay.
Yeah, in the U.S., but he didn't live his whole life here. He's got kind of a British accent. He spent some time in Great Britain, so one of his parents must be
African American.
No, I don't think they're black. No, so it's one is definitely from England and the other is from someplace else. Oh, he's about my height too. Maybe an inch shorter than me. 205 pounds. Yeah, he weighs less than me too. He lives in Romania. Yeah, I'm thinking that that some of his lineage is someplace in Eastern Europe. It's but Judy says, I thought it was good though. Yeah, I'm sure the interview was okay, but he's a complete slime bag. He is a dirt ball of the highest order. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I've never listened to him. I have.
Oh, Andrew
no
Tate. Oh yeah. See, the problem with Andrew Tate is, again, he's addressing some social dynamics between males and females that are definite problems in the West now. But the way he goes about it is total bullshit. He is the cartoon character of what 12-year-old boys think that a alpha male should be. That's Andrew Tate. And he admits to taking advantage of women. He admits to taking advantage of other guys. He admits to doing some pretty sleazy, underhanded things. He also runs a stable of OnlyFans girls.
Great.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
No.
Judy says he is high on himself, but he had some good points. Yes, like I said, that's the problem with Andrew Tate. He has some good points. He understands some of the problems that are out there, and some of the things he says is okay, but a lot of it isn't. a lot of it isn't. He'd last in my house. He'd last less than a week.
Yeah.
Because he'd either, but he's a kickboxer. Now I'd shoot his ass. I'm too old to dance. You know, you're going to get stabbed or you're going to get shot or you're going to get the fuck out. Because he is a cartoon character of... You want to know what toxic masculinity is? Andrew Tate.
That's a picture of, toxic masculinity. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I just pulled him up on Wikipedia.
It doesn't mean that he doesn't have valid points, because he does. And it doesn't mean that he can't say true things, because he does.
Well, that's true.
But then...
We all can.
Right, but then he just goes way overboard with everything.
You ever listen to Bongino?
Yeah, I know Dan. I know of Dan. We're not buddies. We don't sit down and have. I know Dan Bongino. Why?
Oh, I was just saying, he really goes off the wall there.
I don't watch much of Dan's stuff. Because here's the thing.
I don't either. But
Dan and I agree on a good many things.
Oh yeah.
And I used to have this guy, and he'd go, "Hey, check out what Dan Bongino said on his podcast." So I'd have to go through like 2 hours of Dan Bongino, of him saying the same things that I said 2 weeks earlier. It's like he's not saying anything different. He says it different than me, and he says it 2 weeks late. So it's like, stop sending me Dan Bongino's podcasts. So that, and it's basically, see, Dan is saying what you're saying. I know Dan is saying what I'm saying. I'm saying it 2 weeks before Dan says it. But Dan's got a big audience. So I don't watch Dan's stuff.
Yeah, I pulled up this Andrew Tate guy.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, he's his father is black.
Oh, is his father black?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Emery, his name was Emery Tate, an American Chess International master.
I'll be done.
African-American chess player.
Oh, there you go. Judy says he does, and you could tell that Tucker was like, what the hell? Oh, about him taking things too far. And then Judy says, I don't do Dan Bongino. Yeah. Dan isn't my style. Dan and I couldn't probably be in a room very long together. we're two strong personalities, and yeah, it's not my thing. Plus, I don't have to go around in a t-shirt all the time to show everybody how muscular I am. I don't feel the need.
I think I've got a couple of books. My favorite person, I think, as far as their philosophy was Thomas Sowell.
Oh, Thomas Sowell. I'd love to have him on the show. I don't think he's doing any interviews now. I don't think he's done an interview for probably 5 or 6 years. He's in his he's in his 80s, isn't he?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, he is a national treasure, Thomas Sowell.
Yeah, he is.
93.
93
years old. He is a true national treasure. If folks are not familiar with Thomas Sowell, you go on whatever your Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, whatever. Type in Thomas Sowell and have a ball. He is one very intelligent man.
Another guy I really liked was before he died. He was on Fox. Was Krauthammer.
Oh, Charles.
Charles Krauthammer.
Yeah, he was okay.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I mean,
he was smart.
No Thomas, but he was a smart guy. I think I've got one of his books.
Yeah, Krauthammer was okay. What did he have? He was in a wheelchair. Do you have a?
He had in college. He jumped in a pool head first. That's what.
Oh, so it was a spinal
paralysis.
problem. Yeah. So I didn't know whether he had a degenerative disease or something. But no. So his was actual injury.
That was a college injury.
Yeah. You know who I like to. You want to know who I like to listen to? Okay. Matt Christensen, he's pretty cool. He's a young guy, could be my kid. Oh, I get a kick out of him. Him and Blonde do a show on Sunday. Don't watch their show on Sunday. Watch it on Monday. Watch my show on Sunday. But yeah, Matt Christensen. Okay, he's got a channel on YouTube as well. He's pretty good. He's a young guy. He tries to put out a video once every.
I've listened to him.
Every 3 days or something like that. He'll come out with a video.
Yeah,
quite in depth. And I've posted up some of his stuff on my Facebook page from time to time when he's done a dive into a topic, and it's like, yeah, go listen to Matt. So I like to listen to Matt. Viva Fry and Barnes, I watch them. Barnes is pretty smart, but when he's wrong, he's way freaking wrong, and he's wrong on a lot of stuff. He doesn't like to think so. He thinks he's right on everything. So, it sounds like you. It sounds like the Whiskey Cowboy. He thinks he's right. Yeah, well, that's true, but
that's true of all of us.
Somebody was posting up the other day on my page, and she said that she thinks that sometimes I take myself too seriously. It's like, too seriously? Like, no. When somebody's missing the point and they keep going around in circles, I'm going to call them on it. That's not me being too serious. And I'm a social and political commentator. If I didn't take myself relatively seriously, I wouldn't be doing this. So, yeah, I think some other people should take themselves a little more seriously. She says, "Oh, must be so tiring being you, but you do it so well." And I just liked the comment and went on. And I felt like going, "Yes, it's really tiring being around fucking stupid people all the time that don't realize how stupid they are. That's really tiring." Oh my goodness, the things that wear me out is just the general stupidity. It was a whole thing about delivery drivers, DoorDash and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, well, they get taken advantage of, and then blah blah blah." And it's like they know what they're getting into before they sign the contract. And he's like, "No, they don't." And I said, yes, they do. Well, evidently you didn't research enough, because go and look at it. It's like, you just proved my point. You proved my point. If I can go and find the reviews from drivers themselves and seeing the civil lawsuit from the drivers themselves, then drivers can see that as well, and potential drivers can see that as well, which proved my point. They're not being taken advantage of. If you don't want to do the job, don't do the job. But you can't do the job and then bitch, piss, and moan because things are happening that were perfectly predictable were going to happen. That's on you. Plus, these are called gig jobs. They're not jobs that most people do full time. They do a regular job, and then they try to make some money on the side. It's a side hustle. So you're choosing to do this. In this day and age, if you don't research the company that you're going to work for, you're an idiot. This is 2023, not 1923. You can get reviews, and you can find out from employees, and you can find out the good, the bad, and the ugly about any company out there, any job out there. So if you don't do that before you accept the job, that's willful ignorance. That's a choice, and that's what I said. It's a choice. If you choose not to look into it, that's a choice. You can't claim ignorance after that because the information is out there. And he proved my point by saying, you need to do more research. Well, if I need to do more research, there's something that you can research, right? Ta-da! See how that works? Judy says, stupid people wear me out.
Yeah.
Where I work is a prime example. Yeah, excuse me. And most people, they don't realize, like I said, most people don't realize how stupid they are. They don't think critically. Even intelligent people. That's why if you follow my content, I'll post up something and I start in one direction, and by the time you read the end, you go, oh shit, I didn't look at it like that. And that's what I try to do. Let people expand their mind, even if they're intelligent. But it's really hard when they're starting out at a detriment to begin with. And it is what it is. And I'm not trying to insult people, but you're either smart or you're not. There's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with it is we have a society of people that think that they're smart and they're not. They don't realize how stupid they are. Nothing wrong with being stupid. Just smarten up. Sometimes it's ignorance. Ignorance can be dealt with. Willful ignorance, on the other hand, you can't do much about that. Peggy says, I'm really tired of people thinking that everyone else should do the research for them. Yeah, here's something that it's always chapped my ass. This is internet, right?
Right.
Go on some, hey, this is my question. Can somebody answer it for me? You got online, didn't you? Why didn't you look into it yourself? The information is out there. The information is out there. I'm not afraid to ask somebody and to say that I don't know something. I'll do it. But I very seldom find myself in a detriment like that. Why? Because I like to find out. I like to research until it's dead. I like to find out as much as I can because I don't like asking people. I'll ask people, which is why, again, if I share some information with somebody, hey, XYZ, and somebody goes, hey, well, why don't you do that? It's like, shut up, stop it. I didn't ask you. I'm just sharing with you. I don't need your input. I'm sharing with you. I'm just sharing with you. If I didn't say, the same way if somebody else says something, oh, it was this and this happened. Okay. Oh, you want some advice? I'll give you some advice. But if they don't ask, I'm not going to tell them. If I don't ask, don't tell me. It's really that simple. Because I tend to overthink things. There's very few things in life that I've ever come into a situation where I haven't thought it through and then some. So if I just share something, hey, this is my problem. Yeah, like I just got my tax bill for my other property in Vermont. Yeah, okay. That's good. Don't tell me how to do my taxes. Don't tell me I've already figured it out. I'm just sharing with you. And if I have any questions, I'll ask. So I'll usually go, Do you want advice? If you want it, no, okay, not a problem. You got it handled. It's not me being an asshole. It just saves time because I have already spent the time looking at stuff. And like you all know, you've been on the show long enough. If I don't know, let's find out. if I'm interested. And sometimes I just go, I don't care. And we don't find out. So that's pretty simple there too. But yeah. Hey, oh man, I gotta my foot hurts here and I got a pain going up my leg here and I've got these blue speckled down the top of my foot and does anybody know what that is? Yeah, I know what Google is. Go find out. Or how about this? Call your doctor. Call your doctor. Peggy says, we older people had to make an effort to research. Today, it's available at our fingertips. It is. Yeah, today is so easy. So easy. It was like when I joined the Army, okay, there was no way for me to logically go and figure out whether I was being sold a bill of goods. Because there was no internet. There was no place I could go. You know, nowadays it's like if you join the Army or the Navy or wherever, and you don't know exactly what you're getting into before you go, you're an idiot. Because we have the internet. Look at this. Go look it up. Laurel says, that's the big reason I listen to you. I know you have researched it to death. Yeah. And if I don't know, I'll just say I don't know. I don't know. And what gets me, I'll post something up. It doesn't happen very much, but sometimes it does. And then people want it. Source? Don't freaking ask me for a source. I'm the source. When you turn on the news or when you do you go, let me see your source? No, you either trust them or you don't. If you don't trust what I'm saying, don't follow my content because I'm not going to give you sources all the time. If I say the X is X and Y is Y, I have done the research. Take it for what it's worth. If then you don't believe me, don't ask me for source. Go and look for yourself. Go and look for yourself. Judy says, I don't trust Google. Well, yeah, I just use Google as an example. I use several search engines. And most of the time, you can't go with what's on the first couple pages anymore anyways. Like I said, it's a pain in the ass. We've done that on the show. We've asked it a simple question. It's like, no, that's not what I asked. You're giving me all sorts of shit.
I've always heard that 90% of search engines use Google as, their algorithms as.
Yeah, I don't know. I cannot speak intelligently on that. Yeah, don't know. I know the algorithms are screwed.
Yeah.
They're screwed. It used to be that they pretty much just looked for actual content and meta tags. And then they listed things up appropriately. Nowadays, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but that's not what they're doing. They're doing something different. Judy says, I trust you. That's why I'm here. Well, thank you. And if I make a mistake, I'll correct it. If I post up something online and there was a mistake, I'll correct it. If I say something in a show that I later find out isn't correct, I'll post up about it the next day, or like a lot of times I'll post underneath the show and say, yeah, I said this. It wasn't accurate. This is what the accurate information is. There's no shame in that. It's like, I'm human. And plus, the show's unscripted. Everything I do on the show is just, it's off the top of my head. So I'm bound to say something wrong. Try not to, because I hate being wrong. Oh, God, I hate being wrong. But I'm human. I thought I was wrong once. I was mistaken. Nobody laughed. Nobody laughed at that one. That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. Wake up. Judy says that's exactly right, and I love that no one else is like that. No, everybody else should be like that. They should be. Well, it's like another difference between my content and my show versus other people. I've said this all the time. My intent isn't to get people worked up. If I get worked, like even in real life, if you see me running, run. Because normally I'm not going to run. If I post something online or I say something on my show and say, you really need to pay attention to this, you need to pay attention to it. All the other people out there, or the vast majority of them, they're just interested in winding people up. Because if you wind people up, then you get more views and you get more interaction and you get more clicks and revenue coming in. And it's like, no, that's not what I do. It's not what I do. Laurel says, I'm laughing. Reminded me of my hubby. Yeah. I'm pretty old school. I tell people too, there's generally two camps. Well, we'll go 3 camps. Excuse me. People love me or they hate me. And I'm like this online, in my writings in the articles. You go, yeah, there's no difference. It's all the same. And in person, this is me. It's easier that way. I don't have to act. I don't have to, oops, I got to be in character. No, this is me. So people either love me or they hate me. Or here's the third group. The ones that loved me, and then for the reasons that they loved me, when it didn't benefit them and they were then in the crosshairs, then they hate me. And then they go, it's like, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Judy says, I don't care for action. Acting's hard. Acting's hard. It's because you're going to slip up. You're not going to be you. You're not going to be you. So look, I'm not an actor. I don't get paid to act. I'll act. It's not a problem. I'll do it. But it's just so much easier just being me. And then if people like me and they like my content and they like the vibe and they, like I said, there's not a lot that I put out that's totally unique. Sometimes I'll put a spin on it. A lot of times I'll put a spin on it. But you follow my content for the package, it's the presentation. Again, like Dan Bongino puts out the same stuff I do. He's not for everybody. I'm not for everybody. That's fine. But for those that appreciate all that I am, it is as it is. Thank you, and here I am. Wavy flag and all, just wavy flag. Try to make the show better for everybody. But I have reduced my content. When my reach starts going up again, I will increase my content again. It's just I've got so much stuff to do around the house. I've got other things going on, and I'm getting hammered at the same time from Facebook. So it doesn't behoove me to put out copious amounts of content when nobody is seeing it. So I just put out enough, let my presence be known, and then when things starts picking up, then I'll put more time and energy into it. Because just before they hammered me, people were loving the content. Drew said, "You are true and tried." What's it like? Tried and true. So I do appreciate you and your content. The flag is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't do it. This is all. Everything that I'm using is, I have permission to use it, but it's produced by somebody else. I didn't make it. It's like, okay, so I spend hours finding the stuff, getting the rights to use it, implementing it.
What do you have to do to do that, to get permission to use something?
It depends upon where. Some things you can use for free, but you have to be signed up. There's various websites. Like if you go online, you just type in like copyright-free video, copyright-free images, copyright. There's a lot of services out there, and you sign up for them. And some of the stuff you pay for, some of the stuff you can get for free. There's certain restrictions, and there's ins and outs. But yeah, there's a shit ton of resources out there if you just go out and find them. And it saves the hassle. Do it right, so you don't get flagged. No pun intended. And your content stricken and have legal issues. I had another theme song before I used this. I'd used it back when I had Breaking Leather podcast, and the first song that I had was it was copyrighted, and it was like, shit, can't use it. So now everything I do is I make sure that I am free and clear legally to use it, so I don't have that issue to deal with. Yep. You do your research. There you go. You do your research. And then you enter into any of the agreements. I've got a whole folder with all of my releases and agreements and stipulations and a whole catalog of music that I can do. I go and I do it ahead of time. Sometimes I need something special, but I try to get a decent catalog set aside. I've got a whole folder. It's for my videos and everything. You know, like my driving video and the canoeing video, that's got music in it too. And that's all legal for me to use.
Yeah, I like the music you use on your driving.
I try to get it to match up close to what the road is doing. So if the road is getting feisty, the music gets a little feisty. But yeah, and that's why if you do a lot of YouTubing and surfing around, you'll start to hear similar songs, if not the same songs and the same music, in a lot of content creator stuff. You go, oh, yeah, I've heard that before. It's like, yeah, I know, because I know the sources they're getting them from. But yeah, we all pull from the same pools.
I listen to everything.
Yeah.
Most everything, I should say. I'm not into rap and crap like that.
Oh, right, but that's not what I'm talking about for music. I'm talking about if it's a camping video or an overlanding video or a homesteading video and it has some little theme music or songs going. It's usually not, top 500 radio songs. It's just songs.
Yeah.
We're all pulling from the same places. Yep. But, yeah. What's that? It's 10 o'clock. 2 hours in. So I hope folks like
that went fast.
Format. Yeah, well. You get yakking and time goes. Hell, we've had 3.5, 4 hour nights sometimes. Not tonight. Not tonight. But, yeah, I thank you all for showing up. We need to get more people over
to YouTube.
Over to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like I posted in my notice today, and only a couple people liked it. It's like, it's just, everybody uses YouTube, so there's no excuse for it. If you can watch my show and participate on Facebook, you can do it on YouTube. So you need to do it.
Exactly.
Judy says, good night.
Good night.
Oh, yeah, I say
Judy.
Peggy says I have to leave now. Good night, all, and thank you, John. You're very welcome. Yeah, we're going to be shutting down. Thank you, Laurel, for coming as well. I think that's we got like
good
3
night, you
people
guys.
watching. So Judy, Laurel, Peg, Donna, anybody else that's out there. Thank you for coming to the show. Anybody who would like to help support the show financially and or otherwise, there are links underneath the show. Also, make sure that you like the show. Make sure that you have subscribed to my YouTube channel and share. Let people know about the show and have them show up and participate. I will be up bright and early tomorrow putting out more content. I don't know what the weather's going to be. I do need to get out on the water. Laura says, I keep sharing everything and telling people to get on over here. Thank you. Thank you. They need to.
Yeah, me too.
They need to be over. Thank you. But okay. So I'm going to call it a night. Good night. God bless. And take care.